a Supreme Court judge put a
Start window. Search window. Search box.
um
Ops 30.2.3 profile. Untitled
did
scenes. Start
not
virtual
put
game.
a
Start recording
block
checkbox checked.
on
Stop streaming checkbox
or
checked.
denied a block on Elon Musk's $1 million voter registration
Oh,
giveaway.
nice.
Stop streaming checkbox checked.
All right, guys, we are live on BBI Pilots. I got Josh up here with me actually right now. He was showing me about FS Hub because I'm new at flying with it, and so we was checking it out. I would say that if you're looking to do an airline or something, at least check it out. It's fshub.io.
IO.
There's a lot you can do on it, but it's I would say for the most part it's pretty self-explanatory on most of it.
I guess like for people who are FS Airline fanboys, it doesn't have um the whole thing where you have to move planes around and
Yeah, that makes it
all that.
nice.
But it's like you know I don't really care too much about that. I just like to fly.
Yeah, I don't
I
even
don't want
think
to
you
like
gotta
control.
buy planes on this one. I don't even think you gotta.
No,
You just whatever you want to fly. As long as you got it to fly, fly it. I guess it kind of it takes away the part where you got like the management of the airplane
you don't have
itself.
you don't have the fleet or anything in this and you
Which
can
don't get me
just
wrong, I think that's that is something that people enjoy too over at like FS Airlines. Um, but
I
this
just don't
focuses
like
more
FS Airlines
on
like the way
just
that it works. So
this focuses more on the flights itself and the rewards and stuff
yeah,
like that. So you still make money on this one with rewards and all that. And you still get to do different flights because I remember even going through some of the settings when I was looking at this yesterday. It had where you can limit like you can set the amount of like how far a pilot can fly in 1 hour, like how many miles a pilot can go in an hour.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
the default that they set it at is like 200 miles or something. Um, 2 to 300 miles, I think, is what it said. So it's pretty cool that it does more of the just focusing on the flights themselves, like setting up different flights with routes and stuff like that. But it makes it easy too, right? Because you got the landing. I got to already say LRM, but landing rate
Landing rate
monitor.
monitor.
It's nice because you have that, and that's what will monitor everything. And it again, that's pretty easy to do as well. Um, Real quick before I forget, last night's flight was a fluke. We got to Los Angeles and we had some trouble with the ILS. So as you guys know, I've never been about letting a plane crash. I do not crash. I'll end it instead of crashing. But it was still a fun flight. Um,
I mean, but it didn't sound like. I mean, like it sounded like everything was going smooth. I mean, yeah, you
it
had a don't
was,
sink
but at
warning,
the
but
end, it definitely wasn't. It went beyond the airport. Um,
a lot of times I kind of wonder if a lot of times we're turning on approach mode too early
Too early. Yeah, I'm
because
gonna wait on this flight that I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna wait until I'm like 10 minutes out from being
ten
ready to
miles
do
out. You
descent.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, 10 miles out,
Because
and then do my, to do the I think it's what approach
it,
checklist or whatever.
the
Um,
landing check. I mean, because if you turn on approach mode too early, the plane will think that there's no. It has to do a virtual ILS approach, and
yeah,
it will
well, like I
miscalculate.
said yesterday at the beginning, there was something that messed up with the ILS, and I think I did it because I had closed first officer and reopened it, and I think when I did that, it was still trying to do something when I don't know. I think it was partially my fault. So, uh, yeah, so we're going to do that when we get about 10 miles, maybe between 10 and 15 miles out. We will do our descent checklist and go ahead and let it do it then. Because I got to give enough time to do the few things that we got to do, like make sure that it's got the right frequency for the ILS. I think it does the weather automatically for descent too, but I still go in there and check it.
It actually will load the descent forecast and stuff. I think at the beginning, it'll load it at the beginning of the flight, and then it'll do a refresh, and when you do descent,
Okay.
and load do it again. So
I do know it does the LNAV and VNAV and auto command A, like it does that on its own. Um, if you want it to, you can have it do it on its own. I guess is a better way to say that.
yeah,
Um, so we'll do this flight tonight. We'll see how it goes. I don't have my honeycomb set up yet. I want to get all this lined out with the PMDG before I bring something else in that I got to get straightened out. Uh, I should have wrote down the settings on the sensitivity for the alpha, and I didn't do it. And when you go read, everybody's got different opinions about it. So finding, someone even emailed me and said, they had just got a honeycomb and was going to fly with it. It's honestly going to be preference. Like I can tell you that, hey, this is what I got it at, and it does great. But you might fly with them same settings and find that that's too sensitive or not sensitive enough. So I think it's based on opinion too, right? Like I feel like that's why there's so many different opinions about the sensitivity settings. So I just gotta.
yeah. I changed my yoke sensitivity settings a while back, and I forgot what they are now. But I followed a template from PMDG to what they recommend for things like the Thrustmaster and stuff like that.
Is that
And
now? Are
I
you
can
using a Thrustmaster or are you using Honey? No, you're using a Thrustmaster, aren't
I'm
you?
using the Thrustmaster T Hoda's flight stick. Yep.
Yeah,
And like
that's a good stick.
and basically with these sensitivity settings that I have, I could pump the trim up to whatever PMDG says that it should be, and don't have any issues with
Yeah,
stalling on takeoff
I
or
think
anything
I
like
probably
that.
can too. But I can tell you I'm not even going to try to mess with the sensitivity with this stupid controller that I'm using for right
Oh
now.
no, the Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, it works, right? Like you just
It
gotta.
works. Yeah.
It does its job for now, but I
Uh,
definitely. I
I
can't
think
even
2024. I think FS 2024 is going to be better with that sensitivity because I can.
even if I
I
wanted to
already.
use my Honeycomb Alpha right now and I knew the settings, I still can't. I got to get. I can't find my brackets to mount it down, and that sticky pad doesn't stay sticky forever. I'll tell you that because it's just not sticky enough anymore. So I got to get it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the hardware store and get a clamp instead of like going online ordering one. I can just go get a regular clamp somewhere and make it work. As long
Yeah.
as it fits in, because there's little bitty grooves that it's got to slide in at the bottom of the Alpha. So it's kind of like a C clamp, but then it's not a C. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but anyway, we'll use what we got for now. We are sitting at KOAK, which
This is Oakland in Oakland,
Oakland,
California.
yeah. And we're gonna be flying to Indianapolis. Uh, I can tell you,
Star altitude 33,000 notepad. Row 1 star altitude
Yeah,
33,000
like
notepad.
about two and a
Altitude
half
33,000.
hours over something like that.
33,000 is our cruise altitude.
Spelling error cruise 557.
Cost index is 57, which I'm surprised it's that high, but it is.
Distance 1,715. Spelling error
Distance
cruise 557.
is
Distance 1,715.
1,715 miles, which that's
Oh
not
yeah,
really
that's
that bad. A couple hour
yeah,
flight, I think 2 to 3 hours. I have noticed the thing I like about Microsoft is weather can make the difference in your flight time in
yeah,
Microsoft, big time. If you've got the wind going with you, you can save about 30 to 40 minutes. Like I've seen it myself
yeah.
compared to if you're flying and you've got the wind going against you. So
Yep.
it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if they've done more with the weather in 2024. If it's more, I mean,
Well, yeah, they
it's
they have wake turbulence in 2024 now. So when
oh
AI
boy,
traffic or whatever takes off, like you
yeah.
have to wait a little bit. Otherwise, there's gonna be problems with
Well,
taking
I
off.
would say in 2020 you don't really know when AI's always taking off. You can hear them talk on the radio, but you don't know if they're going from what
Well,
runway.
I can tell you that in 2024 they've improved the AI traffic sound, so you will hear takeoffs. Even like when you're inside the cockpit,
That's
you'll
great,
hear
man.
them because they're loud.
That's great. I'm waiting for you to get the PMVG sound thing straightened out. I'm gonna have you send that to me as
Well, yeah,
well.
I just gotten that straightened out. I had the folders all set up and from the previous update. I
Uh huh.
just updated the JSON. I don't. I'll have to download the zip file to see if I can get it over to you. Put it and
You
drop it
know,
somewhere for
yeah,
you.
drop it in Dropbox. Be the
Yeah.
easiest way. And then I've got, uh, well, I'm not going to talk about that. We already talked about that on the other group we got, so never mind. I'm shutting up about that. That's something else for another time. Anyway, let's see if. See, I feel like too, man. Like when you do first officer, are you hitting yes or no on that message?
I when you hit no, it won't. It's not gonna come up again. You're not gonna see it again. Cause
I
that's all
see it
that
every
message.
time. Every time I open first officer.
You when
Let's see
well,
if I see it again tonight. Maybe not.
Star altitude 33,000 foot back.
Maybe.
Folder view
you
list. Google.
shouldn't because
Flight simulator first officer Prof 18 of 35.
told
Flight
it
simulator
to
first
not
officer V5
scan
19
for
of
it
35.
anymore. Or
Pane.
yeah.
Copy CCTR. Copy CCTR. Copies rename share. Delete pop-up. Share as run as administrator. Area quest. Desktop
It's
list.
going
Flight
to
simulator first
run,
officer V5 19
and
of
let's
35.
see if it. God, I don't have the chat up yet, but I'll get it up in a minute. But
Actually, I mean,
we're
like,
kind of.
if the question
Star
is,
altitude
do
33.
you
Star
want it to
altitude.
stop scanning for the files? Yes, actually, you do want it to do that. So press yes next time so that it won't ever come up again.
Well, I've done both. I've hit yes and I've hit
Main row
no.
1 column 2 of 6. Main window. Connect button.
But we'll see. Maybe it's because I didn't fully finish the flight. Like when I ended my flight. With that, I don't know if I.
Nah,
Pause button. Connect button.
that shouldn't affect anything.
All right. So flight plan has already
Pause
been.
button. Connect button.
All right. So we'll hit
Pause
connect,
button. Connect button.
and this should
Star altitude
hopefully.
33,000 foot back. Row 1 column 2 of ops 30.2.3. LRM row 2. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Microsoft Flight.
And I was just talking to someone else about this. There are still some airports you go to, and if you get at the wrong gate, sometimes the power doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
There's a lot of gates in 2020 that, or there's a lot of airports in 2020 that actually have like a medium and like large heavy gates, but they're not reflected in the 2020 scenery.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's what we were talking about. And like some of the gates you get to, and you're like, man, why ain't I getting power? Because it'd say ground
yeah,
power not available, blah 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 blah.
yeah, you have to, in order to get ground power, you have to be at a medium or heavy gate for, Boeing's or whatever. I don't think you're going to get it at a small gate. Or you might, well, you might
Yeah,
get it
you
at a small
can because
gate.
I've gotten it at Indianapolis before, but I've also not gotten it at Indianapolis. I've not gotten it at LAX before, so
Uh,
it's just one of them touch or go things, I guess. Maybe you get
Microsoft
lucky,
Flight Simulator 1.
maybe
Main row 1 column 2 of 6.
maybe you
Main window.
don't.
Connect
I
button.
don't know, but
yeah.
all right, let's go ahead and connect.
Pause button. Connect button.
I
Press.
mean, I just can't wait till 2024 because it's going to be so much easier scrolling through that gate list to try to find a gate or parking or
Yeah,
whatever,
that'd be
wherever you want
nice.
to park.
That'd be real nice. So far, no messages, but sometimes it takes a minute.
Jetway. Doors. Safety. Main back. Waiting for dome lights. Waiting for next action.
Okay, I heard the door.
Good evening, Captain.
Okay, good evening, Captain. No message, no message. I think we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
I
Yeah, it
don't-
would have shown up by now.
It didn't even give me the. I didn't get any message this time. It used to give you two different ones. One about something being loaded or whatever, and then that one. I don't get no messages now. Okay. I'll take that. As long as it gives me power.
Dome lights.
There's power.
Hydraulic pump fire test. Ground. IFR blank. Main back blank. Plus alt jetway connected. Ground PMDG 700. Bottom. Ground bottom. Ground PMDG 737 active.
Perfect. I guess it's good if you look at the bottom. If you route your
Bottom.
reader,
Bottom.
at the
Bottom. Ground
bottom
PMDG
it'll
737
say
active. Ground PMDG 737
ground
active.
PMDG 737 active. I guess
Yeah.
that's one way to know that you're good. But
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.3. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
the other thing that I noticed that he does.
Folder view list. Flight Spec 2000 top speed 330. Talking flight monitor 11 of 35. Pane. Cut CC. Copy CC. Rename. Share. Delete. Pop up. Share as. Run as administrator. Desktop list. Talking flight monitor. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Is they do a test now for the throttle because
Loading
you
airport
go
database. Current aircraft. PMDG 737 PMDG house. S739 BW 2022.
Yeah,
737 detected.
that's,
4. Fire extinguisher test neutral. Airports.
they test your
Left ram more
throttle.
light on. Right ram more light on. Engine number 1 FW. Low pressure light off.
Nice.
Abu selector start. Abu selector. Abu selector start. Abu selector on.
If you use good, it's all good. It gets a little spammy if you leave on the
Automatic announcements disabled.
automatic
yeah,
announcements.
yeah.
I usually disable them after I know that it's working, but sometimes I'll
Yeah.
turn it back off, back and forth, just to make sure that it's still doing what it should be doing. Nice thing was I was able to decide. Like I looked at the weather last night, and it was windy in Indianapolis, and on the flight plan it said we was going to take off with flaps 5. But nice thing was, just go over to first officer, and instead of leaving it at 5, set it to 10, and it'll actually follow the rules this time instead of ignoring what you tell it. Like the older
Yeah.
version, it would ignore
Yeah.
shit sometimes, you know. But
Yeah.
this is really nice.
Although
though.
I mean, like the like they set it to 5 because that's what SimBrief has a performance calculator, and SimBrief set that to 5.
Yeah.
Um,
San Leandro, California, United States. San Leandro, California, United States. Gate part 32 code.
Nah, like saying intentions is. I hope I keep forgetting to ask about it, but
Yeah, you need to ask
like-
him, find out about. They'll give me that.
it's a trial, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like because saying intentions will help you immensely when it comes to like, well, vectors, but also when turning on approach mode, because it's like when it says cleared for the approach or whatever, you can turn approach mode on, and then you won't be.
Oh, it'll actually tell you when you're good for.
Well, yeah, it'll say cleared for the approach, yeah, and that's
That's
when you
awesome.
can turn approach mode on, because like I think sometimes we get carried away and we turn approach mode on too early, and then it doesn't catch
Well,
it.
you got to remember, in the older version, you could go ahead and set your altitude. Once you got the cruise, you could go ahead and set your altitude for your
Yeah, set
landing
the
right
altitude,
away.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
there was really no, and you just now it's more accurate, right? It does what it's supposed to do, and I think that if you do that too soon, it's gonna hurt you.
by the way, dude, did you update? Did you go update the PMDG via the Ops Center? Like, did you update to the latest version of that too?
It should be, unless there was a recent update in like the last few days.
Yeah, there was to fix a couple bugs and stuff.
I might have to update it, but we should be able to do this with whatever.
Yeah.
But now, like I said, there's not a lot that we had. I mean, we got to do our Sid and Stars. And I'm still really
Well,
not sure why we got to go in and do the.
With the way that I have mine set up, yeah, you don't have to do a lot, yeah.
Well, it won't do your Sid and Stars for you at all.
No. Well,
So
yeah, no.
that's
like,
got to be done.
and
But
that,
the
and that's
thing
the
that
only, the only reason why he can't. Like Matt said that if he had a way to do it, he would have FSFO do that too.
he just don't have a way for it to do it right.
Yeah.
But the thing that I don't know why we had to do it, and that's going in and setting the fuel when it's already.
Because that particular portion of the FMC, like you set that portion of the fuel you're talking about is actually not required. You don't have to put that in. You don't have to put the fuel in that part of the page.
You talking about where you put your cost index and stuff? Because you definitely got to have your cost index.
Well, yeah, you gotta have the cost index, but like the
line 2. You're
option,
talking about line 2.
yeah,
you gotta
the
put, like,
that
Yeah.
yeah you
The
don't have
computer
to
is
put
programmed
the fuel
except for the SIDS and stars.
calculation in there.
All
or
right, computer
estimated,
program,
fuel.
Heading out for flight slash R index 1 PM slash R index 1 land 1. List of code R greater land slash R index 1.
Go ahead.
Code departure 1 CND. Setcom radio row 1 column Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0 column 3 of 8. Code departure Setcom radio column 3 of 8. Setcom radio dot talk and flight monitor. Microsoft code departures 1 main column 3 of 7. Star altitude 33,000 note. Star altitude 33,000 notepad. Text land. DCT is code slash 30 N045 slash code slash 30 N045 AF 300 oak 6.
All right, so we're doing
Oak 6.
runway 30.
Oak. DCT. Oak 6.
Oak 6.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight.
Okay.
Star altitude code departures 1 slash 3 P editor sys run 1 CNDL 510L land 2 coast 910R land 3 HUSSH 212 land 4 KATFH 315 land 5 NIMI 520L 6 less index root greater code departures 1 slash 3 code departure sys run 1 Nuevo 828R land 2 Oak 530 land 2 Oak 530
Okay. There we go.
code departure sys 1 CNDL 5 less land 2 coast 9 land 3 HUSSH 2 land 4 NIMI 5 land 5 Nuevo 8 code departure sys 1 Oak 5 land 2 quick 2 land 3 still 1 land 2 land 1 Oak 5
Now on my flight plan it says Oak 6, but
Sys
on
runway.
here it's just Oak 5.
1
Okay.
Oak 5
Well, we'll do Oak 5.
sys run 1 Oak 5
That's probably because
code departure sys 1 Oak 5 less land 2 none land 3 land 4 land 5
well,
land 4 land 3 land 2 none
with the
trans 1 Oak 5 less L sys runways 1 Oak 5 less L greater trans 2 none
I hope so.
code departure 1 slash 1
Like everything
sys runways
has to be up.
code departure 1 slash 1
all the
sys run 1 Oak 5 less
all
greater for trans 2 none
the air
Okay, that's
all
done.
the air
Depth slash R index 1
Yeah.
land 1 list of code land 2 kind R greater
Alright, we'll do our
kind arrivals 1 slash 5
Indianapolis here real
Microsoft Flight
quick.
Simulator 1 point star altitude 33 star altitude DCT is higher land character 23R slash kind Colts 2
23
is
right.
higher
We got
Colts 2
Colts 2
is higher
and Yesire.
Colts 2 kind slash 23R kind arrivals 1 to red only kind direct stars approaches 1 land 1 clan 7005L land 2 giants 3.05 deals land 3 giants 3.14 L 14 land 4 giants 3.23 deals 23 land 5
Now,
giants
what's
3.32 L
interesting
23R
is that, like with say
5 giants
intentions,
3.32 L 23R
soon enough they're gonna have
land 3 trans 2 T1
dynamic
land 7 less L greater
departures
L
where
23R T slash S
apparently,
2 giants 3.23 DM slash L trans 3 giants 2.23 land
based
4
on
Colts
current
2.23 raisin
weather and like
land
current
4 Colts
conditions
2.23
that
raisin land 5
changes
Razor 5
generate the
land
flight
4
plan,
Colts 2.23
it'll
raisin
give you a different
land 4 Colts 2.23
departure and
land 3 trans 2 Java slash
stuff
operator
like
trans
that.
1
So
Colts 2
like
trans
it's
2
not
Java
gonna
slash
be
operator
what you
trans 3
filed.
is
So
higher land
what I
land
do
3 is higher
I
land
usually
colon 3 colon space
request
land
flight
3
plans
is higher
right when it
land
goes out for the walk around,
trans 2 is higher less L greater on slash operator
and then whatever I get from SI is what I put in.
kind arrivals stars approaches 1 Colts 2 less greater L 23R
Okay, that's it. Now you said what? I was programming while you was
XRT
saying
Lex
that.
1 296 degrees
What do you
81 04 slash 296 1 04
With
slash
say intentions, since they're gonna have dynamic
202 vector
departures
slash
soon, where
143
sometimes
slash
what you file may not always be what
142
ATC's
vector
best
slash
interests are.
Mhm.
291
And
04
so
202
they'll
vector
give
slash
you a
143
different,
slash
they'll give you a more
112
suitable
vector 113
runway
slash
or like SID.
Right.
And
automatic
so
announcements
like
enabled
what
XRT
I
Lex
do
2
is
1 04 112 slash 03 0 slash
request
04
IFR
JSI 05
plan, so
MLF
when
slash
he goes out for the walk
XRT Lex 2 slash
around,
8
you get it,
01
and
HDE slash 2 EDROC slash 03 HDU slash
program
04
what they
HDO
tell
slash
the program. Initial altitude and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, through the
0815 cell slash
yeah.
XRT Lex 3 slash 8 01 O slash 02 I slash 03 SLN 04 Just 05 MCI XRT Lex 4 slash 8 01 SOX 02 Planes 03 Bailey 04 ESI 05 Jobs XRT Lex 5 slash 01 Colt slash 02 Dart slash 03 Circle slash 04 Ekity slash 115 MRR XRT Lex 6 slash 8 111 Pen 202 Zoser 03 Vectors 114 DRVVRs 113 Vector slash 106 DRVVR slash 413 V050 degree 2 Zoser 210 slash 6000 053 Vector slash 106 degree 54 DRVVR slash 4000 day 103 Vector slash 114 DRVVR slash 4000 CDU number 186 CDU number 213 DRVVR slash 4000 day 214 CKRD slash 2600 215 RW 2214 213 DRVVR slash 4000 day refresh clear scratch edit land clear refresh edit red 103 DRVVR slash 4000 day CDU number 186 CDU number 112 Zoser 113 DRVVR slash 4000 214 CKRD slash 2600 215 RW 23R slash 846
Alright,
XRT Lex 7 slash 7 211 15 XRT Lex 1 slash 7
It's funny because I've been away from, flying PNDG for a long time, and I thought, man, it's gonna be a pain getting back into the game with getting used to everything. But you really, once you do it,
Nah, not with first officer's
once
help.
you get
when
back
just have to
in,
do-
I mean, well, yeah, with first officer that helped a lot, but once I got my hands back in it, like it all just comes right back to you pretty quickly.
Star altitude 33 Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38 main column 4407 main window pause button mid button reduce minimize button exit button configuration options home button plan page button
All right, I need
Press.
to go here and
radio frequency Z V V V fasten cargo edit mode min ref edit mode dis edit mode gate edit mode go button departure code edit selected code 30 button combo box collapsed edit land 0 button combo box collapsed edit land Act RT elect. Star altitude 33,000. Notepad column 3 of 7. Star altitude. Altitude 33,000. Main row 1 column.
33,000.
Main window. Cop 0. 0 select 29,000. 30,000. 30,000. 33,000 button. Combo box 30,000. 30,000 button. Combo box 30,000 collapsed. Edit selected 30,000. 33,000 button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Yes button.
33,000.
Combo box collapsed. Edit blank.
Yes.
5 button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank.
What is our wind here?
Wind 190 at 4 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Yeah, we'll keep it
Button.
at 5.
Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. 18,000 button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Departure code edit select 23R button. Combo box collapsed. Edit full button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Off selected. 1 selected instead. 2 3. Max selected. 18,000 button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Download SIMDRF blank. Comp 18. Comp max. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Full button. Combo box collapsed. 18. Combo box collapsed. Checkbox not checked. 0 button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Norm button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Checkbox not checked. If selected, the compliment will enter barrel radio in the MCDU. This will facilitate an RNAV approach.
It's nice if you ever do an RNAV approach, you have that ability now. I guess you just check it and it does it automatically, huh?
Combo box checkbox not checked.
Yeah,
If
you
selected, the
check
compliment will enter barrel
that,
radio in
and
the MCDU.
whatever
This will facilitate an
runway
RNAV
you
approach.
set for your arrival, it'll put set that as an
As an RNAV.
RNAV. Yeah.
44 button. Checkbox not checked. If selected, the compliment will enter barrel 44 button. Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. 44 button.
Yes,
Checkbox not checked. If selected, the
right
compliment will enter barrel
under
radio in the
that
MCDU. This will
box, I
facilitate
don't
an
know
RNAV
what
approach.
that is, but it says 44.
44 button.
44
I think
button.
that's for the not really sure what that it's probably for something like some temperature or something like that.
Combo box collapsed. Edit blank.
I'm guessing so, yeah.
ZFW edit multi-line selected 0. D button.
What's really cool is
Combo box collapsed. Edit blank. Connect button. Pause button. Mid button.
like
Reduce size button. Minimize
RNAV
button.
approaches
Exit button.
aren't too bad.
Configuration
The
options
only
button.
problem is flaring.
Home button.
Like it doesn't. There is no command. There is no auto land. So like when you get to like 50 feet, you have to try and do
Right.
your best to flare.
So I can hit the home button when I'm done going through
Yep,
that.
in the
Okay.
yep in the
Configure
flight plan
home button.
page. Yep.
Rest.
Yeah, it takes me back.
And
Good deal.
you can hit Control Alt to bring them back to like once I'm done with all my stuff, I just hit Control Alt and finish the walk around and
Oh, yeah, to have him come back in.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Just
ain't got
makes the
long to
free
go,
flight
though,
quicker.
really. But,
Yeah.
let's see. So, yeah, I think I was called to that ILS issue last night. I've not seen that error again tonight. I think it's where I closed it because I wasn't getting ground power. Well, I didn't wait long enough. So I closed first officer and then I just reopened it right back up. And I think what
But
I
if
did,
it doesn't get ground power, it'll just turn on. It takes a bit. It'll turn on the APU. And
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
on power that way.
yeah, I was impatient about it and then I closed it and reopened it. And I think by doing that, it was already in the process of doing stuff and I just kind of,
Well, yeah, the APU was probably already starting, and then first
Aircraft
officer
looks good.
opened it back up, and I didn't know what to do, like why
alright,
the
now he's
APU
going to
was
come
on
back
there.
in. Yep, he's back in. Now he'll go through and do the rest of this stuff. I'm going to
Gonna do
turn,
the performance.
yep, and I'm going to turn off
Automatic announcements disabled.
automatic announcements because
Oh yeah, I turned.
that can get spammy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he doesn't set your trim, but he does not. You got to do that yourself. Well, in TFM, no, not in the CDU. I mean in TFM. That he ain't gonna do that anyways. But
Yeah, he can't really. I don't think he has access to the.
no, I wasn't
trim
thinking. That's a TFM thing that we got to do. To
Yeah. Well, I mean, ideally, if you have access to a trim wheel on your yoke, that'd be the best way to set it.
yeah.
Like you can
If I
have
still
them-
had my Honeycomb Bravo, I could just set it right now. I could just spin the wheel and bam. But
Yeah.
we won't get into the whole story what happened to the Honeycomb Bravo, Brandon. We'll leave that alone, won't we?
Mhm.
We'll leave that alone. Oh boy. I just say that thing got destroyed. That's where I'll leave it. Water under the bridge. I hear him flicking switches. Yep. Yeah, I really like the new first officer. He it's definitely
It is
Automatic
stable.
announcements enabled.
It's pretty stable.
30,000.
yeah,
Fuel flow selector reset.
definitely.
Fuel flow selector used. MCP altitude 30,000 feet. Auto brake RTO. Auto brake disarm light on. Auto brake disarm light off.
About like, he's like, oh, it's, it's, first officer deck is great. It's doing fine for me. It's like,
MCP altitude 30,000 feet.
yeah, but
MCP speed 164. TPW listed light on.
have access to a lot of the new stuff.
TPW listed light off. Left master caution light off. Right master caution light off. Flight transponder mode off. Flex 0. Transponder mode STPY. Left FMC light off. Right FMC light off. CDU number 1 message light off. CDU number 2 message light off. Automatic announcements disabled.
It's so good now. I like watching him just do this stuff. Like, he does it so good now. I mean, he did good before, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of times we had to go back and correct things because it would just mess
Well,
up.
I think a lot of times too, like a lot of times I think what we would do, we would go and like, do things in the FMC while he was doing stuff, and then it would.
Hey, I wonder if when you hear it
doing.
go, you hear the alarm there at the end go ding ding. I wonder if that means that you are ready to do the checklist for pre-flight.
No, that's the first officer sending you a message like from dispatch saying,
Oh, okay.
um
Because how do you know when he's actually done to do that?
Star altitude 33,000. Look at RTE like 1/7 p.m. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Ops 30.2. LRM column 2607.
This is why I have the automatic checklist
LRM
option
virtual
on,
airline grouping. Default.
because
Main row 1 column 207. Main
when
window,
the
home
flows
button.
are done, he'll just do the checklist, like, and then you just close the door and then he'll do the before start flow. Like, but the file I
3
sent
FLT flow
you,
before
I
taxi
had
flow.
it off because I was
3
trying
FLT
to
CHKL before start flow. Before start CHKL engine starts for the flow. Land.
stuff with
The cars begin 11/5/ from Colon dispatch to clear the kind. FLT company flight shed flight falls. Land. Ground PMDG 737 smart. Bottom. Ground PMDG land.
I think he's
Shed flight falls.
done.
Company
Yeah,
flight FLT clear
he
from Colon. The cars begin
probably
11/
is
land.
done now,
Engine start after the flow. Land. The cars from Colon to FLT company shed flight
Why
land.
does it
Ground
say
PMDG 7 bottom. Ground PMDG
bottom?
737 smart. Bottom. Ground PMDG 737
Ground
smart.
PMDG smart.
Land. Ground PMDG 737 smart.
Smart is like, he'll do the flows automatically, like when the doors, when the
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Land base button.
door is closed,
Checklist
he'll
view
do
button.
it before start flow.
OFT button. Radio. Head red. Head letter button. Head low sheet button. Assign checklist button. Show tax options button. Show ground options button. Head airport info button. Pre-flight flow button. Pre-flight checklist button.
All right, I think we can do the. I don't hear nothing else happening here. Actually, before I do that,
LRM row 1 column 2 accept star altitude 33 at RTE lex 1/7 p.m. Head red only multi-line selected at RTE lex 1/7 296 degrees HTT 3.9 NM1. Oak. Land. So land 6 1.00/0.07 NM RTE data grader.
I know he done did the weather, but I got to go over here real
Act profit
quick
1/2. GW/CRZ 1 171 land /VLCRZ with 2 dot/31.4 254 degrees /31.
31.
Refresh clear scratch edit land.
What is it? Oh, you actually want to put the fuel?
Clear refresh edit red only land
Yeah, go
/VLX2
ahead and put
31.4/30 land /VLC2 31.4/31 ZFWT3 140.3 minus 50. Automatic announcements enabled. ZFW3 140.3 minus.
Like I said, I think
CDU number
that's
1
really only for display
CDU number 1 execute PM.
purposes. Like,
N1 limit 1
I
slash
think
L1
it
plus 44 slash plus 16 degrees
like
22 less
TFM can't even access anyway, so I don't think it makes.
Take off red 1 flaps QRH1 5 degrees 156 greater 156 flaps QRH1.
So he's already got the flap stuff set. The speeds has already been. Basically, you just gotta just look and make sure. That's why he says check the speeds or whatever. It's not. You don't even gotta put it in. He's already got it.
Take off red flaps QRH1 1 5 degrees 156 greater 156
Line 1
flaps QRH1
says
5 degrees 156 greater
5
156
degrees 156 156, which means it's already in there.
red 26 KN 1 VR 2
Yep.
93.7/93.7 159 greater 159
159
CD print
159.
3 23.6% 5.46 164 greater 164
5.46. I ought to try to set my trim. I wonder if I set my
5.4.
trim to 5.4.
I mean, you're not gonna get it to 5.4. You may get it to 5 at least.
Yeah.
trim elevator trim indicator 4 alt plus T
I can never get it exactly.
3.99 3.98 3
on,
3.9
then again,
4
I wonder if
4.01
it's part
4.05
of the
4.08
TFM's
4.09 4.1
not
4.11
giving exact
4.12
trim values.
4.14
I
4.
don't think it is.
4.24, 4.25, 4.26, 4.28, 4.29, 4.
We're going to see how close I can get it to 5.
4.43, 4.44, 4.45, 4.46, 4.59, 4.6, 4.61, 4.62, 4.6, 4.82, 4.83, 4.84, 4.86, 4.87, 4.88, 4.89, 4.9, 4.92, 4.94, 4.95, 4.97, 4.98, 4.99, 5.01, 5.02, 5.03, 5.04, 5.05.
Yep, I'm up by 1.
3.
Elevator trim indicator 5.05 volt plus T.
5.05. Or no, it's supposed to be 5.4, isn't it? Yeah, 5.4.
Yeah.
Let's go up
5.06, 5.
Alright.
5.1, 5.14, 5.19, 5.22, 5.
It could be a tiny bit lower than
5.32, 5.34, 5.3, 5.36, 5.37, 5.38, 5.39,
I don't know, sometimes
5.4,
you can get
5.41,
it dead on.
5.42,
Just,
5.43,
you gotta be...
5.44, 5.45, 5.46, 5.47, 5.48, 5.49, 5.5, 5.51,
Oh, I'm supposed to be at 5.4.
5.5, 5.48, 5.47, 5.46, 5.45, 5.44, 5.43,
No, it's gonna be off by a couple.
5.42, 5.41, 5.4, 5.39.
5.39. That's good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Alert trim indicators, stab trim electricals, autopilot stab trim off button alt plus S. Pressed, stab trim normal.
The trim should be pretty accurate. I mean,
Well, here's the thing. Here's another thing that I learned. Don't actually. I mean, I actually remember telling you to do this, but I've since figured out that it just ruins your takeoff. Don't push the stab trim button and set it. Just leave it off.
what do
Um,
you mean?
that
We mean,
like when you set your trim, don't push that stab trim button. Like tab and push the stab trim button. Don't push
oh,
that.
Elevator trim, alert trim, stab trim indicator 540.40030604137. Electrical stab trim normal button alt plus E.
the electrical stab.
Autopilot stab trim normal button alt plus A.
The wait,
Stab trim normal button alt plus S. Elevator trim indicator
It's
5.39 alt
just
plus E.
regular stab trim button. It
Stab trim
says
normal button alt plus S.
the stab
off.
trim. It says normal.
Autopilot stab trim normal button alt plus A.
Yeah, you want
Stab
that
trim normal button alt plus S.
off because
Autopilot stab trim normal button alt plus A.
Autopilot stab trim
Stab trim normal button alt plus S.
just stab trim normal
it's
button.
stab trim.
Pressed.
You want it.
Stab trim off. Stab
Well,
trim off.
did you hit the button?
Well, I've
Or
got it
did
back
you?
off now. Stab trim is off.
Yeah. Leave it that way. Just don't even. Just set the trim like in the future. Set the trim and just alt F4 out of the
Elevator trim indicator
dialogue,
5.39 alt plus T.
and like you don't even have to worry about that button.
So you don't think that I need to set this trim less than what it says in the CDU? You think it's going to be?
I think it should be alright. I mean, I hope so. I mean, FS Hub isn't gonna penalize you for it or anything. If it, if you know,
Yeah.
your angle of attack.
We'll
is
see
a
what
little bit-
happens.
Takeoff red 1 slash 2 PMDG 737 CDU. Red only multi-line selected. Takeoff red 1 slash 2 flex QRHD 11. 5 degrees 156 greater 156 red 26 KN 1 DR2. 93.7. Main row 1 column 2 of 7. Main window. Pre-flight checklist button.
Pre-flight check.
Pre-flight flow button.
Go ahead and do it.
Pre-flight checklist button. Pre-flight flow. Pre-flight checklist button. Rest.
Pre-flight checklist.
Takeoff red 1 slash 2 PMDG 737 C. Red only multi-line selected. Takeoff red 1 slash 2 flex QRHD
Navigation
11.
transfer
5.
display switches.
Selection. ACT RT 1 slash 7.
Normal and auto. Window heat.
Main row 1 column 2. LRM column 3 of LRM. Virtual.
Pressurization mode
Microsoft Flight
selected.
Simulator 1. Microsoft.
Auto. Flight instruments. Sit. Parking brake. On. Fuel control switches. Cut off. Pre-flight checklist completed.
And then I usually go ahead and go in and I shut my. Well, I go into the CDU and I check the doors. Because I don't think he's going to shut them on his own.
Well, no, he doesn't because you have to shut him when you're ready for the start
Before
flow.
start flow, yeah. That's what I thought.
LRM row 1
You have
column.
to
ACT
start
RT
the,
1 slash 7 PM. Red only
close the
multi-line.
main entry door.
That's what tells him to go
Land
ahead.
1. Less FM.
Yeah.
Land 1. Land 2. Land 3. PM4. Land 5. FS actions greater.
That's what
Land
I've
3.
always
Less door cruise
done.
brake auto 2.
And
Less payload
because
maintenance auto 3. Less door.
if you're using
L
like
over 2.
passenger
LM1. Less door door open door greater.
he doesn't want to conflict with those.
Right.
Electric doors 1 slash 2 doors 1 slash electric 1 closing open door greater electric 2 L over 3 air 4 land 5 land 6 less return land 3 less doors land 4 less pushback oxygen level 67%.
Okay, well, wait. Yep, there's the door closing. Before the door with the outer first officer, that door did not get open like that all the time.
Yeah, that's because I put in my checklist in my before the pre-flight check flow, I put the I put the jetway stuff in there because I was using self-loading cargo which
Left back fuel pump on. Left back
check
fuel pump on. Left center
check
fuel
that
pump on. Center
jet
left
way
fuel pump
was
on. Engine number 1 center low pressure light on.
connected.
Right center fuel pump on.
So I
Engine
just
number 2
had
center.
FSFO
Engine number 2 center low pressure light off.
maybe
Electric hydraulic pump number 1 on. Electric hydraulic pump number 1 low pressure light off. Left back off. Left.
Well, actually,
Automatic announcements disabled.
PAX doesn't look at the sim for like
Right.
it's kind of annoying in that way, but
That's right. I need to download that too because I like using that program, PAX.
yeah, I'm kind of frustrated that they're not updating that program anymore. It like hasn't been updated in
My
like
thing
2
is,
years.
I've already bought this program, and when I logged in, it's not showing anything that I bought, and I know I bought it because I got it. I got it on the other computer, but I can't find my license info for it, so I might have to do some more digging or email them. Because when I log in, it shows like I didn't buy anything, which is my account's
Yeah.
there, but there's no history. It doesn't make any sense.
That's
Because I'm not buying it again. I've already got it. I should be able to just put it on this one and be good to go, but alright, I think he is ready to do I always do my checklist before I start moving. Some people I've noticed will go ahead and move out, and while they're moving, they're doing their checklist. Not me. I do my checklist before I do my pushback.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0. Microsoft Flight Sim. Pushback PMDG 737 CD01 column 2 to LRM column 307. LRM virtual airline grouping. Microsoft
Wait,
pushback main go 2 column
you don't do
147.
what?
Main window connect button.
I don't do
Pause button.
my
Mid button reduce minimize exit button configure. Home button.
before start checklist. I do that before I start moving.
Plan page button. Checklist view
I
button.
mean that's
OFT button.
kind of
Radio frequencies button. The cars
like,
11
I
slash 5
think
slash 20.
it'd probably be best to do that during
Edit red only multi-line blank.
well
No, because you're starting engines when you're moving. If you're doing the checklist while moving, then you got to go through all that too, and then you got to go back.
yeah.
So I do
yeah,
my checklist before I start actually moving.
Head letter button. Request.
Yeah,
Head
that's the
assign.
thing,
Show back.
yeah,
Show ground
when-
options
when,
button.
uh,
Header
when
flow button. Pre-flight flow button. Pre-flight checklist button. Before start flow
when I
button.
do pushback,
Before start checklist button.
the with the automatic checklist on, it will actually do the before start checklist right after the before start flow. So then you push back, then you just start engines. And
Yeah,
then
that's what. Yeah,
the
exactly. That's why I do my checklist now,
Before start checklist button.
right before I start moving.
Before start flow button. Before start checklist button.
All right, here we go.
Rest.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
LRM 1 column 2207.
Closed and locked.
Microsoft Flight pushback PMD start altitude observe
One,
and main
four,
LR Microsoft Flight
one,
pushback
seven,
PMD
zero
737 CD
kilograms.
edit red only multi-line selected pushback is the taxi line 1
Checked.
262 push time
Passenger signs.
automatic announcements
On.
enabled.
MCP. Speed. 164. Heading. 294. Altitude.
Selection removed.
30000. Sit. Takeoff speeds. B1.
Pushback distance 1 push time 2 turn no free if
BR.
tax 5 less set slash X remove and greater land
B2.
5 less set slash X remove and greater
163. Checked. CDU pre-flight.
touch select 5
Completed.
less set slash X remove
Rudder and aileron trim. Free and
4
zero.
select 5 less start TPX 200 greater
Anti-collision lights. On. Before start checklist completed.
Now,
Cockpit to ground.
main row 1 column 2 LRM column Microsoft Flight Simulator Microsoft Flight Simulator
now we can do our.
We've been cleared for
Num lock off.
pushback and start tail straight ahead. Roger that. Ready for push straight back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Release the brakes, please.
You've done a good job with the newest.
num lock on target rate off target rate on target rate off target rate light off
Released.
There we go.
pushback PMD 737 main column 3307 main window connect button pause button mid button reduce minimum exit check rate edit show tax option show header pre-flight checklist before start checklist engine start button
Brakes released. Here we go.
before taxi flow button engine start button before start checklist engine start button before start checklist engine start button
Start engines. Here we go.
rest connect button pause button connect button
Starting engine 2.
engine number 2 DRD Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.01 column 2 pushback PMD 737 CDU column edit red only multi-line select RT Lex 1 slash main row 1 column 2 2 Microsoft Flight Simulator 1 Microsoft Flight Simulator
All right, here we go, guys.
Engine number 2 fuel valve light closed. Engine number 2 star valve light closed. Engine number 2 star valve light in transit. Engine number 2 fuel valve light in transit. Engine number 2 star valve light closed. Engine number 2 fuel valve light closed. Number 2 starter engaged. Number 2 fuel valve open. Number 2 generator active.
Yeah, see, tonight I didn't get no
Number 2 ignition on.
ILS. Any messages about the ILS like I did last night. I think it's 'cause, like I said, I closed first officer and then I opened it back up. That's
Number 2 starter
just
off.
Wait. When did you get that message? I assumed you would get it like during landing or something. Like what?
No,
what
no,
was that?
no. This was the ILS. The
Drive number 2 light off.
Push back.
not ILS, but the
Engine number
auto
2
cut out.
alarm. I got an error with it last night,
Oh.
and I don't know what that had to do with ILS, but there was no ILS set up in my
Well, I
stuff
mean,
at all.
Starting
I
engine 1.
kind of wonder, dude, if,
Engine number 1 DRD.
part of the
Flight recorder light
reason
on.
why you're, I wonder if you updated your AirAct, but you didn't update.
Engine number 1 hydraulic pump low pressure light off.
PMDG has the new a whole new navigation data format now, and if that
Engine number 1 fuel valve light closed. Engine number 1 star valve light closed. Engine number 1 fuel valve light in transit. Engine number 1 star valve light in transit. Engine number 1 fuel valve light closed. Engine number 1 star valve light closed. Number 1 starter engaged. Number 1 fuel valve open.
issues.
Number 1
I don't
generator
think
active.
so because
Number 1 ignition on.
it would have told me the AirAct data was out of date because it did before
Well,
I did
it'll-
the update the other day.
Yeah, but it won't tell you if the PMDG itself is out of date though.
No, but the
Number one
AirAct
starter off.
data, if it's wrong at all, the nav data, it's going to tell me, and it did the other day, just not last night, but the night before.
Because
And
like
My
Right number one.
AirAct data was
understand-
updated, but it said I still had
Engine
nav
number one
data
off.
Engine 1
errors.
cut out.
And that was because I didn't,
uh,
but I had updated my
Re-
PMDG yesterday
because
morning,
like
I think.
I don't understand why it said in your flight plan it said whatever 6, but in the nav data it said
All
5
engines
when you
stable.
went to select it in the like that seems like a nav data problem. It's
I
like
don't
your
know,
your flight
I've seen
plan,
that
like-
before. I've seen it before they've done these updates. I've seen it
Yeah.
where one of them numbers would be off. So I don't know.
0 knots ground speed.
We'll find out.
Target grade on. Target grade light on.
Brake set.
Find out when we get there. Hopefully, if I see an ILS problem, I'll just
Steering pin is pulled.
I'll just change my landing to an RNAV.
Have a good flight.
or
Generator number 1 bus light on.
something.
Left side window heat light off. Left forward window heat light off. Left FMC light off. Right
Yeah.
FMC light off. GTW listed light on.
I'll try to get it to land if
Right
I
reserve
can,
cannon.
at
Left
all
reserve cannon.
possible.
Left tag auto. Left tag auto. Right tag auto. Right tag auto. Abu selector off. Abu generator bus light on. Abu gen 1 off bus light off. Engine
And
generator
you
off bus
could
light
be
off.
right.
Fuel
I might need to do another
Engine number 1 con.
update.
Engine number 2 con.
We'll find out at the end.
Taxi light on. Taxi on.
If
Dome
you
lights
give
off.
me their
Dome lights in.
ILS issues again, then yeah.
Left FMC light off. Right FMC light off.
Yeah,
CDU number 1
like,
message light
you
off.
might
CDU
need to
number 2 message light
update
off. Transponder
the,
mode off. Flex 0. Transponder mode XPNDR. Transponder mode top. Transponder mode top slash RA. Flex to transit light on. Flex 1.
Yeah, that's what
Clear
I'm
on the
saying.
right.
If so,
Clear
then
on the left.
I'll need to do another update. But
Flex 2.
we'll find out because I just
Flex
did an
extended light off.
update
Flex extended light
yesterday
on.
morning
Flex 4.
with PMDG. So if they've updated again since yesterday morning, then obviously then that might be the problem. But I just recently had updated it, so we'll see. I think he's still. Let's go see.
Act RTE Lex 1 slash 7 PMDG 700. Main column 3 of 7. Main window. Connect button. Free FLT. Free FL 4 force engines land. From cold clear. Departure passenger land. Ground bottom. Ground PMDG 737 smart. Land. Passengers 169. Departure freight is 120.90. Passengers 169. Departure clear to taxi to RWY30. From Colon dispatch land. Engine start after the flow. Before start CHKL before the CHKL. Before start flow before the flow. Free FLT CHKL before taxi CHKL.
I think we're ready for
Pause button.
the taxi
Mid button.
checklist.
Reduce side. Minimize exit. Plan. Check. OF. Ready. The cars begin. Edit. Get load sheet button. Assign checklist. Show tax. Show ground options button. Oxygen level 6. Free flight flow button. Free flight checklist button. Before start flow button. Before start checklist button. Before start flow button. Before start checklist button. Before start engine start button. Before taxi flow button. Before taxi checklist button.
Before taxi checklist. Here we go.
Press.
Before
Connect button.
taxi checklist.
Microsoft Flight
Generator.
Simulator 1.38. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0.
Protein.
Auto.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
Rejected takeoff.
Flight control test.
Here we go. Flight control test. A little bit of yoke to the left.
Full left.
Back to center.
Neutral.
To the right.
Full right.
Back to center.
Neutral.
Straight back.
Full back.
Back to center. Forward.
Full forward.
Checked.
Center.
Brake test.
What is he saying at the end? Brake test?
Break that. Yeah, but what you have to do with that is I think you just have to literally have to increase with the brakes on. You just increase the speed, I guess. See if that works. You just increase the
So
throttles.
the brakes are set right now, so I just hit like F3 and then F1.
Yeah, like hit F3 and then it'll say like check, and just hit F1.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0.
I don't think so.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
Well, you have to get it. You have to get it up to a certain speed, I think.
Okay, I revved it up once. Maybe that wasn't far enough. Do it more. Let's try
Yeah,
it
do
again.
it like I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times. See if it'll. Otherwise, I don't know how to do it. I could skip it.
On
'Cause,
taxiway.
like, it
On
says,
taxiway. On taxiway.
increase speed to do brake test.
0 max ground speed.
No, that's not it.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist completed.
0 max ground speed.
'Cause I did that and it still didn't.
Yeah, just hit skip it then.
I just hit F1 and then the control alt. Control
Control.
alt.
From the flight deck, we wanted to welcome you on board and thank you for flying with us this evening.
Now,
We're
why
not
don't-
anticipating any
Mango
delays
1.207.
and
Mango
should have you
1.207.
airborne soon.
Running his
By the
left.
way,
Again, welcome aboard.
By the way, you shouldn't actually have to pause in this new version of FSFO. You shouldn't have to pause when you jump over now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it actually doesn't like.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
fucking-
Microsoft Flight
it'll
Simulator
actually
1.38.
just start the-
Alright, we're gonna jump. What runway was we
Take
taking
off
off
from.
from?
Mango 1 column 227.
Yeah.
At RT Lex 1 slash LRM row 2 column
Just
star altitude
make
33,000
sure
book at column 25 star altitude. Land.
keep
CCT side coast to coast slash
keep
30N045
the
approved.
parking brakes on until you
Yeah.
jump
Microsoft
over.
Flight Simulator 1.38.2.01 column 2207. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
Okay, so we're gonna go to jump to runway 30.
Star altitude main column 33 at RT Lex 1 slash 7 PM LRM row 2 ops 30 General Simmers Club. Jump to runway column 48. Runways list. Airport code as planned. 8
KOAK.
runways loaded. Runways list 10R. News snow 12. News 15. News 20 L. News snow 20 R. News snow at 30. News snow heading through 310.07. Length 10,515. Width 148. Takeoff allowed. Yes. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Approaching runway 30.
Left retractable landing light extend. Left retractable landing light on. Right retractable landing light extend. Right
Okay,
retractable landing light on.
before
Landing on. Left fixed landing light on. Right fixed landing light on. Left runway turn off light on. Right runway turn off light on. Position lights off. Scope on.
Okay,
Position lights
that's
scope
good.
slash steady. Flaps 5.
Well, not check.
Before
that,
takeoff
I mean-
checklist.
Oh, yeah,
Take
yeah.
Flaps.
takeoff slow.
Sit.
For takeoff slow.
Stabilization
Now he's
trim.
doing the checklist.
Sit.
Transponder.
Sit.
Cabin crew. Cabin crew
Retrim
prepare
disabled.
for takeoff.
Attitude down 1.
Notified.
Alright.
Before
folks.
takeoff checklist completed.
I don't need to turn on the mic, do I? Because he's gonna do
No.
everything. So,
Nope.
alright.
Target brake off. Target brake on. Target brake off. Target brake light off.
Parking brake is off.
Auto throttle servos on. Right flight director light on. Right
There we
FD macro
go,
on.
folks.
Thrust
Left
set.
1. Runway
Check.
30 coach slash 10,515.
24 knots. 38 knots.
Speed alive.
Checked.
Speed's
53 knots. 67 knots.
80 knots.
80 knots.
Check.
Auto throttle servos off.
alive. 80 knots.
93 knots. 105 knots.
10,
118 knots.
118,
129 knots. 140 knots.
40.
149 knots. 159
Rotate.
Up,
knots.
up, 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 up 9. Up 10, up 7.
Airborne.
Up 10, right 3. Up 9. Up 8. Up 7.
166 knots.
Up 9. Up 10. Up 11. Up 12.
Positive brake.
Up 11. Up 10.
Gear
Up
up.
right 1. Up 10. Up 11. Up 12. Up 14. Gear level up
Gear
13.
up.
Left up 12. Up 11. Com 1. 134.50. Up 13.
Lateral navigation.
Up 12. Up 11. No gear transit light off. Gear up. Top. Left gear transit up 12. Up 13. Up 14. Speed intervene off. Up 13.
ENAV on. Heading select
Up
on.
14.
400 feet.
Autopilot.
C up 15.
Command
Auto
A
attitude mode
on.
disabled. 1,000 feet.
Did he enable my LNAV? Or do I gotta do it?
MCP altitude 30,000 feet nav.
I don't know. I
Well, it
didn't
says
hear.
30,000
Sub 0404. MCP altitude 30,000 feet nav. N1 light on. Auto throttle zero on. N1 light on.
Okay.
Star altitude 33,000.
What
Main column
about
337.
hit
XRT Lex 1/7. Red only multi.
left bracket H? See if it
Hit what?
left bracket H. See if
XRT Lex
your,
1/7. XRT Lex 1.
oh no.
MCP heading 292 HDT cell. 2,000 feet. Engine number 1 auto. Engine number 2 MCP heading 292 HDT cell. Auto break off.
HG cell. Heading selected.
Okay, nah, you put it didn't it enabled
Flaps
heading
one.
select, not LNAV for whatever reason.
XRT Lex 1 slash. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Flaps
Microsoft
one.
Flaps.
So go in.
LNAV light on. LNAV light on. Heading select light off.
There
Heading
we
select
go.
off.
LNAV's on.
Flaps 1. Flaps 1. MCP heading 292 LNAV.
LNAV. Yep. Now it says heading LNAV. So that means we're good, right?
Flaps 1.
Yeah.
He always stops it at flaps 1.
No, he wait wait until
2748 VASL.
generates enough speed. And then he should put the
230 knots
flaps
indicated.
up.
3,000
He
feet.
did move the flaps, but not all the way in.
230 knots indicated.
No, well, no, dude, that's
230
not
knots indicated.
well, that's
You're
not
up,
how you put the you don't put the flaps up immediately. You
Well, I know.
3487
But
VASL.
dude, I'm at almost 4,000 feet.
yeah,
230 knots indicated.
sometimes
230 knots.
okay, yeah, just put him in. Like
MCP altitude 30,000 feet nav. 4,000
he
feet.
I'm going to go ahead and put it up because he's not putting it up.
yeah, he
Flaps extended light on. Flaps extended light off. Flaps 1.
Flaps up.
229 knots indicated.
most times she'll put
229 knots
the
indicated.
flaps all the way up.
229 knots indicated. 229 knots indicated.
Well,
Flaps 0.
There
230 knots
has been
indicated.
times
230 knots indicated.
the plane
231
won't
knots
get
indicated.
enough speed.
232 knots indicated.
Flaps
Now
up.
he's speeding up more now that the flaps is up.
237 knots indicated. 241 knots indicated.
Hey, he can only go so fast with flaps
5,000
still
feet.
sticking out.
245 knots indicated.
See, now we're speeding up. Is he going to do the after takeoff or do I got to do it? The checklist.
No, you do the check because remember the auto checklists aren't on, so you
Gear
have
up,
to do the checklist.
Okay,
You
gears
probably
up.
did the flow.
XRT
already.
Lex 1/7 PMDT star altitude 33,000 notepad column main column 4407. Main window connect button. Pause mid reduce mid exit lamp checklist OF radio free client head red only head letter button head low sheet assign check show tax show ground head airport info after takeoff checklist button descent flow button after takeoff checklist button 6,000 pressed
After takeoff checklist.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1
Engine
Microsoft
start
Flight Simulator
switches. Off. Packs. On. Auto brakes. Off. Landing gear.
Up and off.
Flaps.
Up.
After takeoff checklist completed.
Yeah, he's always, since I've been flying, since I've been back, he always puts the flaps in, but he
7,000 feet.
stops them at flaps 1.
Yeah, no, see, the problem is freaking TFM doesn't have access to the damn speed tape, so we don't know when to put flaps all the way back in. Like what speed to put the flaps back in. First officer has access to it, but like sometimes VNAV won't
8,000 feet
get enough speed to like to put him in like 95% of the time he'll put it.
Like right now we're at,
8479 VASL
well, we're under 10,000, but
249 knots indicated
we're only at 249 knots indicated.
8771 VASL
Yeah,
119.47.
which that's normal, obviously, but
9,000 feet
Type Boeing 737, 4 miles east of Oakland, 8,800 feet.
I would think that once you're at 230 knots, that's enough where you'd think he would go ahead and put the flaps all the way up because he's not going to go no faster than 230, 240 knots with the flaps still sticking out. Obviously, 'cause
10,043
in real
10,000 feet
life that would,
Passing 10,000 feet.
that
Left
would
retractable landing
damage
light
the
extend. Left retractable
flaps.
landing light retract. Right retractable landing light extend. Right retractable landing light retract. Left fixed landing light off. Right fixed landing light off. Landing off. Left runway turn off. Light off. Wind lights off. Wind off.
So
Logo lights off. Logo off.
it might be a speed tape thing. I don't know what it is,
Roger,
but
Freedom Global, 9er Delta Whiskey.
does he put them
No,
up
I-
for you or no?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
All the way.
Yep.
At what altitude are you when he puts them up? All the way.
That I don't know. I'll take a look because like it depends. It depends on like how VNAV is performing.
And I'm
I'll
guessing
just take a
VNAV
look.
is active. Let me look.
MCP altitude. Altitude at alt plus E. Intervene button. VNAV button alt plus E.
Well, that's got to be active, I guess.
MCP altitude 30,000 feet VNAV.
Yeah, 30,000 VNAV. Yeah, so it's activated.
MCP altitude. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38. Main row 1 column 22. XRT Lex 1/7 PMDT 7 red only multi-line selected.
Yeah, I don't know.
XRT Lex 060 degrees 47.4 nm. 1 0060. At RT like 060 degrees 44.5 nm.
You know what's funny, dude? I was
It's
thinking
like
about
it's
it.
like he'll put flaps 1 in, and then he'll wait like, I don't know, 56, about a minute or so, and then put flaps all the way up. That's usually how it is.
11,000 feet.
Yeah, so mine gets stopped at flaps 1. I've had to always put it up the rest of the way, the last few flights. But what's funny is you said your Alt-R doesn't work.
Well, actually, yeah, it does. It just doesn't. There's no indication that, like, you have to kind of look to make sure that it does. So yeah, I think mine does work.
Yeah, mine's working now, but on my laptop, it will not. And it's got to be, from what I've come to figure, there's some other program that's interfering with that hotkey. That's the only thing that I can figure out.
That's on your laptop. That's not on this one.
No, it's not on this one now. Just on the laptop. Or was it on the laptop? Or was it on my other one? It might have been on my other gaming PC before I updated everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
316 knots indicated.
Yeah, now we're moving good. 316.
12,824.
I know the
1824 feet per
gaming
minute.
PC. Did you get that error that you're getting when the sim starts up?
13,000 feet.
Yeah. I still get it.
Okay.
And I don't know, my cousin and others have, like, there's nothing that should be on my computer making it do that. Because I mean, I've got the sound card that I got. My video card is definitely.
Well, it's either the video card or the
127.45.
processor that's like causing the sim
14,000 feet.
to.
Well, it shouldn't, because my processor is. I mean, it's my processor is brand new.
Yeah, so was mine.
And I know that. Do you get the error?
No.
Yeah, I don't know, but it could be a,
But I mean,
a driver.
Andy gets it. Like Andy gets it, and he's probably like, I don't know. Like Andy's got a good laptop, and well, he gets it
15,000
in
feet.
6 months.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I know it's not got nothing to do with the actual processor that I got, though. There's no way.
No,
There's no way,
probably
because
just,
the processor in my other computer was nowhere near as good as the processor that's in this one. And I didn't get the error on my other computer. So,
oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
no, not at all. And it's definitely not the RAM, because, I mean, if 64 gigs isn't enough, then
64 gigs is
16,000 feet.
honestly.
yeah.
I mean, I don't have 64 gigs. I mean, it's running fine on 32.
And the sim runs fine. Like, I've got no problems with it. So,
I mean, 2024 is gonna be like, it's gonna run like a beast.
yeah, for sure. Well, folks, we are on our way.
Distance to descent 1554/0:34130.
I usually don't go by the distance until I get to cruise altitude,
17,000 feet.
because it always changes once you get to cruise.
Freedom Global, Niner Delta Whiskey.
Like right now it's saying
Distance to descent 1553/0:33943.
3 hours and 39 minutes, but that's going to change once we get up to cruise.
Wait, dude, what email did you register with SI? Because he said he doesn't mind extending your trial.
Transition altitude.
Altimeter 1013, 29.93 inches. Dot.
Fuck, what email did I have with that?
$18,000 feet.
I believe. Well, I can find out. Hold on.
Folder view list. Talking flight. TMA and command. TMA app. Gold wave. TMA home. Google Chrome 335.
Send it. Well, if you don't want to.
Untitled Google Chrome. Google. Search landmark.
I'm gonna go. What is the website? Because I can log in and tell you real quick.
Sayintentions.ai.
Toolbar. Address and search bar. Edit. And recent selection room.
Say SAYINT.
Beyond size and selected.
TIONS.
Yep, .ai.
Say intentions.I selected. Say intentions.I unselected. Home say intentions. Banner landmark. Site navigation landmark list. Logo graphic visited link. Site navigation landmark list. List with 2 items. Say intentions.ai. Premium. Say intentions.ai. Entourage link. 19. List with 7 items. Pricing link. Live tracker link. Join now visited link. Merch link. More. List with 7 items tag link. Log link.
Find the log
Support link.
in.
Discord link.
I might already
Liveries
be
visit
logged
link.
in. I don't know.
SS contest link. About link. Pilot portal link. Main landmark
Yeah,
entourage blue
it's a
transparent
pilot
edit.png
portal.
graphic link.
Go to the pilot portal.
Pilot
Banner
portal.
landmark pilot portal link.
Yeah.
Untitled Google Chrome. Say intentions.i Google Chrome. Toolbar. View site information menu. Say forgot password. Link. Button login. Edit protected elemental password. Edit keystep 1970 at mail.com. Email.
Okay, so it's automatically got
Edit
my
keystep 19
email in here.
J.
J.
J. D.
It's the JD one. Do you know what I'm talking about? Not the Jess. I'll just read it to you real quick.
Email.
It's not a
20,000
big
edit
deal.
keystep 19 J. D. E.
Okay.
It's JD, and then you know my
Yeah.
last name, don't you?
ES. Yeah.
E and then step. So JD, E and then step,
Okay.
S. D. E. P. 1978.
and then 1978 at Gmail.
Password. Edit protected elemental button login. Edit protected limit password. Edit protected button login. Link forgot password. Button login. Edit protected graphic number. The graphic number. Banner heading level 1 account manager. Navigation landmark blank. Banner heading level visited link graphic number. Okay. Navigation landmark toggle navigation button collapsed. Complementary landmark greater account visited link. Greater download visited link. Greater settings visited link. Link greater knowledge base visited link greater cool stuff link greater running center. Link greater flight one link greater taxi tuner.
And then probably tomorrow, what is that for? Taxi tuner. What?
Link greater tour tuner.
There's a
Link greater
link
taxi tuner.
called taxi tuner.
Blank.
On
Link
here.
greater
Oh
terminal
yeah,
service. Link greater
that's
blank.
literally.
Link greater logout.
There's a lot of the
Say intentions.i Google Chrome.
I'm gonna
the
close that
Say
page
intentions
here
I Google
now.
Chrome.
I don't need it now.
yeah.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
A lot of
Um,
this flight simulator scenery doesn't have good taxi data, so like the taxi tuner is a way to tell say intentions what how to actually get around the airports and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Tomorrow, I'll probably have you help me adjust my thing so I can set the hotkey, because
Yes, yeah.
it's kind of
Thank you,
tricky
2000
not
feet.
forget how to do it.
Yeah, I can do that.
But it's going to be fun to be able to play around with that now and actually see
Yeah,
it
I mean, you
work.
probably
Now that
really-
I'm in the PMDG, I'll be able to see it actually.
Yeah, like you really might probably only have maybe one or two flights with it, given how we fly. Like given the with the demo at least.
It's only,
But,
what,
yeah,
24 hours I think it gives you.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to. I could definitely get some testing in with it. I could do some shorter flights, like
Yeah.
Indianapolis to
23,000 feet.
Miami or something like that. I tell
Yeah.
you, an airport that would be good to use it at is some of those that are harder to land at, like
Denver and
Denver. Speak. It's funny you brought that up. Me and Brandon was talking last night. He was talking about some of the airports.
I heard that stream this morning. I thought,
And Calgary, because say intentions can they can route you around like stuff, can't they?
well, no, I mean it's not terrain aware yet, but like it can it does good vectoring, but no, it's not terrain. It
Yeah,
It
well,
might
that's what I
be-
mean. It can vector you though. It can vector you,
yeah,
which I mean, even though it can vector you, it's still not terrain aware because I don't know that it would be able to vector you around a mountain without it being.
I mean it will. I mean he'll be adding that soon, but like it's not. Yeah, it doesn't vector you around mountains yet.
That'd be nice when it does.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that the other program that they didn't incorporate accessibility to that one.
Accessibility, yeah.
What was the name of that? Not Say Intentions, but
Beyond ATC.
Beyond ATC. Yeah, that's a really good. Now that one does have terrain awareness. I'm pretty sure.
No, it doesn't have
25,000
terrain
feet.
awareness yet. I mean, it does have traffic. It does have traffic awareness and like traffic, traffic injection and stuff. But I don't think
It's
it has
pretty
terrain
much the same
awareness.
daggone program as Say Intentions. Really, they're both the same idea. But
Well, I mean, it's actually not the same program. I mean, because
well, it's
they're
not the
saying
same
that-
program. It's the same idea, though, dude. They both do the
that-
same.
yeah, same
things.
idea. But like, Say Intentions is completely unscripted, whereas beyond ATC is, you have to click, buttons in an interface to get it to do stuff.
Well, yeah, the button wise though, but the outcome of what it does is the same as say intentions. It's
Yeah,
designed to give you vectors, give you headings, and
yeah, yeah.
which I would say me personally, I like say intentions a lot better, because they thought about accessibility from the get go.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of like, I was kind of expecting no accessibility because when they told Andy like, oh well, we have accessibility.
Yeah, I want to know who it was that pretty much had put it out there that they're accessible, and they never was.
It was Brian. I think it's Ryan or Brian. I think there's yeah, Brian. I think his name was. Um, his
Because they never was accessible, not even from the start.
yeah, like he thought that he would add. I think he thought that accessibility is going to be easier to add than it actually is.
Right.
And like, so he promised it and under delivered.
Yeah. It could have still got introduced, and they just
Yeah, it
chose
could have been
not to.
introduced later. Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody's wanting, a program that does have accessibility, you need to just focus on say intentions, because that's where it's at.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Mm,
27,647 feet ASL. MCP altitude 30,000 feet VNAV. ACRT Lex 1/7 PMDs. ACRT Lex 1/7 PMDs. ACRT Lex 066 degrees 141.
Okay, cool.
JSICA 0.790/FL 330. 28.072. MLF 0.789/FL 330. 03. HDE 0.790/FL 330. 074. EDROC 0.790/FL 330.
Starts when you first when you transmit.
yeah, when you do your first, yeah. So it'll start tomorrow after I have you help me, then we'll get it going.
ACRT Lex 1/7.
We're almost a cruise altitude.
Microsoft Flight
folks.
Simulator 1.38.
Sure.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0.
The other day, for some reason, the cruise altitude, and I think it was maybe on my end, I think I had set the altitude before I realized he doesn't.
29,000 feet.
It was supposed to be in 30,000, and it had it as 35,000 on the CDU. And that's why I had problem with my VNAV and all that.
MCP altitude 30,000 feet VNAV. Start window. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2. N1 light off.
CDU
CDU
message
light on. CDU
displayed.
number 2 message light on. N1 light off.
N1 light went off. Oh, it's supposed to, ain't it?
Yeah, cruise.
30,000 feet.
Yep, 30,000.
You know what's really nice about this new first officer too, because the older version would not put engine anti-ice on when it was supposed to. I think in the after start flow it does that now. So you remember how before you get that message about tie on above 10 degrees, you don't get that anymore because he puts the first officer puts engine anti-ice on to keep
Does
the
he? I
engine,
never noticed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's because he does it automatically. Like
Yeah.
if
Left master caution light on. Right master caution light on. Air systems warning light on.
I don't know why I'm getting the air systems warning light, but okay. Yeah, it says air systems warning light.
I don't know what that could be about.
ACRT Lex 1/7 PM. Edit red only 074. 05. RM6. Reset MC blank. Reset MCP altitude.
And there's a message at the bottom of my CDU. It says reset
6. Reset MCP altitude.
MCP altitude.
ACRT Lex 1/067 degrees 116.41. JSICA 0.790/FL 330.
Huh?
Do you have to descend already? Put a descent altitude in. Just to
No.
get the
079 degrees 2, MLF.789 slash FL330, 03,
I mean,
HDE.790 slash
I didn't think so.
FL330,
It's just
04,
what it
EDROC
says,
0.790 slash FL330, 085, HDU.791 slash FL330, RM6, 2.00 slash 0.06 and MRTE data printer.
clear the, clear everything. Just hit the clear button and.
Is it my cruise altitude maybe be wrong?
Refresh button, mode, clear scratch button, edit blank, send button, edit ref button, RTE button, mode plus R, CLD button, mode plus, CRZ button, mode plus Z, rest,
The cruise button.
CL, RT, edit ref, send, edit, clear, refresh button, edit red only, beacon CRZ1 slash CRZ1, FL330, FL338 slash 360,
Okay, so it says at the top,
beacon CRZ1 slash 1, CRZ, alt, CRZ, alt,
CRZ
up slash max,
altitude,
step, up slash max, T slash M,
OPT slash max, and then it
1,
says
FL330, FL330,
FL330,
FL338 slash 360, L338 slash, Com1,
FL338
125.3, slash,
slash
360, space,
360.
hash, hash, hash,
FL330. That's 33,000.
No,
FL3, FL300, LF,
the first one is
L-
FL3.
3, 0,
Oh yeah, it does say
space,
330. I need to change that, don't I?
Yeah, you gotta
Refresh button, clear scratch
MCP
button,
to
edit blank.
33,000. Yeah.
Can I just put in 30,000 and try to put FL300?
Well, no. What I mean is like the cruise altitude is set for 33,000. You need to go to the MCP altitude and put 33,000 in.
That's what I'm saying. Where at? Where do I put it at?
In left bracket shift A in TFM.
Is that gonna?
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1,
You put
MC main go to, star
33,000
altitude, LRM, Ops 30, General, Microsoft CR, MCPF, main go to, star altitude 33,000, star altitude 33,000, note tab, Microsoft Flight Simulator, beacon CRZ1, MCP altitude, row 2, column 1, level change, VNAV button, mode plus D, intervene button, mode plus I, altitude edit, mode plus E, selected 30,000, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, blank,
No, it's already set to 30,000 under left bracket shift A.
Yeah, but dude,
30,000, 0, blank,
the CDU says 3. You said it says 330. That is
star altitude 33,000, note tab, text editor, document,
Yeah, but it's saying
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2, Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0,
it's because
star altitude 30, beacon CRZ1 slash 1 PMDG 737, edit, blank,
this is
clear
under
scratch button, refresh button, mode, edit red, next, rev page button, next, edit, refresh button, mode plus R, clear scratch button, refresh, edit red only, beacon CRZ1 slash 1,
this is under the cruise page. When you hit the cruise
CRZ
button,
up slash max step,
you've got max step climb too. So the first
Oh,
FL300,
okay,
FL300.
yeah, so
the
it's a
first
step
one
climb.
colon,
says
1, space, FL330, space,
no. It does say FL330. So I need to change that, don't I?
No, the your SimBrief cruise altitude, I guess, was 33,000.
But under the
So you
CD, under my leg page, it's all set to 30,000, not 33.
XRT 061, JSI 8.790 slash FL330,
Oh no, it ain't. It's set to 33,330.
072, MLF.789 slash
Yeah, so
FL330, blank, reset 6,
So
reset MCP
you
altitude,
set your MCP altitude to 33,000, so everything matches,
Yeah.
like everything matches.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
XRT 1061,
Oh.
JSI 8.790 slash
Under
FL300,
my leg page, it's set
JSI
to
8.790 slash FL330,
FL330. That's 30. That's 33,000.
But then is your MCP altitude when you do left shift
MCP altitude,
left
altitude edit, mode plus E,
bracket A is
30,000,
30,000.
30,000, 3,
Oh,
You
why,
need to
zero,
set
yeah.
three.
Why is it set to?
30,000, blank,
You need to set that to 33,000.
33,000, 30, 30,
Probably
blank, blank,
because you
33,000,
thought your
CD
cruise
number one,
CD
altitude was
message
30,000,
cleared.
you set that in first officer when you went to do your plan page, and didn't match. So that's why it's like probably the system.
Now I didn't put that altitude in. That's what first officer put, or TFM, whatever does it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't. Well, first officer and I don't know.
Because on the flight plan it says
XRT Lex 1 slash 7 PM, Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.3, star altitude 30, main column 358, main, Microsoft star altitude 33,000, notepad column 3, star
yeah,
altitude,
33,000.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I know why. I set it for 30,000 under the first officer when you go to the flight plan page. You know, you see.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
That's
like,
where
you
I said
said
it wrong at. That's where I fucked it. Okay. I'm like, dude, I don't see no fucking 30,000, but yeah, I see what you're saying. I got you.
star altitude 33,000, notepad,
Well,
main row 1 column 228, main window, connect button,
it's fixed
Yeah,
now,
so
by
it's-
golly.
Yeah, so you
star
said
altitude 30, MCP altitude column 338,
TFM,
altitude edit,
you said it.
Yeah.
MCP altitude 33,000 feet. Max 33,000.
Yeah, the
MCP altitude. Main window. Connect button.
the light went off.
Star altitude 33,000. Notepad row 1 column. RT Lex 1 slash 7. Bed red. Lang. 6. 2 RMT slash actual 6. Lang. RT Lex 1 slash 7 0 6 7 1. JSIC 8.790 slash FL 330.
Yeah, we're good now. Okay.
Distance to descent 1418 slash 0 colon 24727.
247. So
you
our
know what
time
I-
did change.
You know what I think?
Main row 1
You
column
know what I
207.
think may have
Main window.
happened?
Connect
Because
button.
there's two boxes for the
RT Lex 1. Star altitude 30. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
altitude.
Microsoft Flight
There's
Sim.
the initial altitude.
Oh,
which if
I
you
know
have
why.
ATC,
Because
is
that
useless.
first box wouldn't let me go above 30,000.
Yeah, that's because that's your initial altitude. Set
Oh.
you leave that alone if you don't have ATC or anything. You just the second altitude is your cruising.
So you
and
don't
that
put
was
nothing
public
in that.
set.
You just leave it blank.
Yeah, if you, but like with saying intentions tomorrow, it's probably gonna tell you something like 4 or 5,000. So you
Right,
set it
okay.
there, and then
Okay, I got you. Okay. See, in the older first officer, it's the opposite. The other box comes first, your regular altitude, and then that one is the second one.
yeah.
That's what it was. So see, guys, it was Josh's fault. He didn't tell me. It's all his freaking fault. Blame the other guy, not me. No, I'm just kidding. Blame Brandon. I can't wait to get his stuff finished and get over to him because
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun watching the. I just gotta say it. It's gonna be fun watching some of the things that's gonna aggravate him. When
Yeah.
we get to see how his patience has improved, or
We get to see his adaptability.
yeah, is it still the same? Or are you gonna be doing that? This mother first officer won't fucking fix shit. I can hear it now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, too funny. Funny, man. Funny.
Minus 47 degrees.
Minus 47 degrees. I wonder.
Cockpit panels. Panels preview. Level 0 F overhead. App electronic. Collapse 1 F overhead. Expanded. Look 2 1 Service intercom. Dome lights 1 level 1. EEC 1 level. Oxygen 1 level. Beer 1 level 1. Flight recorder 1 level 1. Level 0 F electronic. Expanded. 0. Level 1 captain ACP 1 level 0 forward overhead. Collapse 1 expanded. 0. Level 1 flight kit. Navigation slash display 1. Fuel 1 level. Electrical collapse 1 level. Expanded. 0. Level 2 buses. Level 1 F 1 Wipers 1 level. Level 0 center overhead. Collapse 1 expanded. Level 1 anti-ice 1 Hydraulics 1 level 1. Anti-ice 1 level 1. Window heat grouping. Left side. Left forward. Right forward. Right side window heat on button. Probe heat grouping. Probe heat number 1 on button. Probe heat number 2 on button. Wing anti-ice off button.
No, wing anti-ice is not on. He did not turn on wing anti-ice.
Engine anti-ice grouping. Engine number 1 anti-ice off button.
Well, does that
Well, I
mean it's
don't-
on or off? It
Wing anti-ice off button.
says wing anti-ice off. Let's see.
Press. Wing anti-ice on. Left anti-ice valve open. Right anti-ice valve open.
Nope, it was off.
Engine anti-ice grouping. Engine number 1 anti-ice off button. Press. Engine number 1 anti-ice on. Left cowl valve open.
Well, no,
Now-
I was talking about engine anti-ice, not
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He didn't have either one on, the wing or engine.
Engine number 2 anti-ice off button. Press. Engine number 2 anti-ice on. Right cowl valve open. Window heat indicators grouping. Left side window heat indicator on. Engine anti-ice grouping. Engine number 2 anti-ice on button. Engine number 1 anti-ice on button. Wing anti-ice on button. Engine anti-ice grouping. Engine number 1 anti-ice on button. Engine number 2 anti-ice on button.
Now they're on. It wasn't on though.
Window heat indicators grouping. Left side window heat indicator on.
You sure it's in the flow?
I'll have to take a look. I'll have to take a look at it because I haven't messed with it in a while.
Which technically the anti-ice, because of the way we don't turn on damages in the PMDG,
Yeah, it doesn't technically
it's not
matter.
going to affect us. But I still like to keep it as realistic as possible, you know?
Left forward window heat
I mean,
indicator on.
I don't honestly know if it
Right forward window. Right side window. Window over heat indicators grouping. Left side over heat. Left forward. Right forward. Right side. Captain side indicators grouping. Left
temperature
elevator
is always
left
going
alpha
to be
indicator off.
colder
Temp
when
probe indicator
you're
off.
at cruise.
Left slash O indicators grouping.
because
Right
of
elevator
how
indicator off. Right alpha
high
indicator
you
off.
are.
Open indicator off. Valve indicators grouping. Valve number 2 indicator open.
Yeah, but if you're flying anything like in the real world, anything colder than minus 30,
Celsius, I guess.
it's either 30 or 33, you're supposed to use your wing anti-ice and your engine anti-ice. Anything that's warmer than that, then you don't have to. from I'll have to ask George. He'll know the actual
Cowl indicators grouping. Cowl number 2 and the indicator off.
answer to that
Cowl
for
valve number 1 in.
sure.
Cowl
But
valve number 2 in. Panels preview. Anti-ice 1 to 1 level 1.
I'm pretty sure it was like minus 30.
Hydraulics 1 to 1 level 1. Air systems 1 to 1 level 1.
I'll never forget that time that I was testing TFM and I hit the button to do the fire extinguisher test, and it just made everything just go absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Level 0 controls and collapse 1 to 1.
Yeah, it was probably
Microsoft
just
Flight
the
Simulator
fire,
1.3.
it was for the fire extinguisher test and the pre-flight checklist, so it fucked up probably in the air.
Well, in the when he would program it, you actually the way that it is actually the actual handle is it pulls out and then you twist it, and so he was having me test him because he had programmed it to where it simulates that it's pulling it out and turning it, and
yeah.
well, it completely flipped my airplane out. I'll have to find the video. It was funnier than hell. I mean, it freaking went nuts, dude.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2. 30,000 feet ASL. Total fuel 25,117.7 pounds. 3,749.4 gallons. Total fuel flow 6498. 300 knots indicated. Distance to descent 1368/0:24231.
So yeah, we'll see how this turns out. And then I'm happy with where First Officer Next has came. Like, he's came a long ways. Really.
Yeah.
I've got some thoughts on some stuff. I'll talk about that another time, but there is a lot that First Officer does now that well, we'll see. I'm just wondering. I mean, look at all that First Officer does, and I'm wondering if we're going to see some of these features somewhere else, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not with what?
I hope not in the first release. You know, I don't know, like.
Well, because I remember there was some talk about that before.
Yeah, that's before all this accessibility. Like, he made it more accessible.
Well, he did,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying someone did bring that up, that
One tree decimal for 5 Freedom Global.
they
Niner
like
Delta
to
Whiskey.
implement
Goodbye.
some of that, but I don't
Comma,
see the need to do
133.45.
that.
Freedom
If
Global Niner Delta Whiskey Flight Level Tree 00.
I think it's good to have First Officer on the side of things doing this stuff. Because now it just, the more he adds to it, the more it simulates it, makes it even more realistic. And it's really accessible. I mean, yeah, there's still some stuff that might be able to be a little bit better, but
it's not labeled correctly and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a far cry from what it was.
But it
Like,
ain't hard to figure out what goes in them spots, because I was looking at it to see how hard it'd be to know what goes where, and you can kind of figure it out if you just go through and
yeah.
look at it and, you know, move the arrows up and down inside of something. You can.
Cause like the way that the way that I actually have my flow set up, I changed the turnaround state to APU. So basically, I don't have to have my. I don't start up with cold and dark. I have mine set up at the apron, so that I have ground power and stuff start up.
So when
when
you're
I
at the
load
gate,
in.
are you on ground power or APU?
It starts up as ground power, but FSFO won't do the. He will do the turnaround flow, which is my. I set it up to be my pre-flight flow. So, and yours too. I mean, he just does it differently because you're cold and dark. But like if you were to go into the like load panel state and set it to apron, set the turnaround state to APU, he will do the turnaround flow, which basically starts up with him tuning to ADIS frequency for like 60 seconds, and then he'll tune to clearance, and then he'll do the he won't do the tests because it's assumed that like maintenance and stuff already did all that.
Oh, you
But
mean
it's just
when you start up, he won't do all them tests?
yeah, because it's assumed like when the pilot gets there, it's like it's started up the um
Yeah, because when the plane lands, he don't got to go through and do all that over again. I mean,
yeah
unless he's shutting down all the way and it's complete code and dark, like you
yeah
said, code and dark. But in real life, let's be realistic here. Usually, when you're on the plane, it's not in code and dark.
like when the pilot arrives at the plane, you're releasing ground power.
Now,
You
I
already get
have
ground
been
power.
on planes in real life where they were just that plane was completely code and dark, where it was off and they were starting everything up. I've been through that, but in most cases you're not
But
going
I
to see
think for
that.
I think for like most commercial flights, like the pilot arrives with an already powered up plane.
Yeah, in most cases, like I said, once or twice did I've flown commercial and they had just literally when we got on the plane, the pilot was literally just getting there, not far before we got on.
Yeah.
But that was just because they're of crunching time or whatever the case might be. I don't know, but the one time it had to do with there was a problem with air, and man, that was. Tell you what, you wouldn't think how hot it gets quick in an airplane, but son of a. Let me tell you, when it's 95 degrees outside and you get on an airplane and they don't have no air, not a
Yeah.
comfortable spot to be sitting, I'll tell you that. It's like being in a can of green beans and sitting in the sun.
Mm.
Freaking cook you, man.
Alright, man. Well, I think I'm gonna head off. I may, like, I'm probably just gonna go to bed or something. But
Yeah, I'll get with you tomorrow. I'll probably disconnect until I get closer to landing, and then I'll come back and do the live for landing.
alright.
So, I'll get with you tomorrow on this thing. So he's going to reset that for me, I guess.
He already has. It's
Oh,
just
good
a matter
deal.
of
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
Okay. I'll have to add him on Discord. I'll have to add the thing on Discord. So
Yeah.
Mango 1 column 2207.
server.
Act RTE lex 1 slash star altitude 33,000 book LRM row 2 column ops 30.2 point general Simmers club Discord column 3707.
all right, man.
General
We'll
Simmers
talk
club.
to you tomorrow.
Set status button collapsed.
Alright, man. I'll see you.
All right, we'll see you.
General Simmers club Discord. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.
All right, guys. What I'm going to do is go absolutely bonkers. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
1:27 a.m. Mango 1 column 2206. Act RTE lex 1 star altitude LRM column ops 30.2.3 ops 30.2.3 profile untitled scenes.
I wonder how many people's watching. Let
Folder
me see.
view
I'm not gonna disconnect yet. Let me see.
GMA app gold wave GMA home Google Chrome 3 of 30.
I don't have on the chat. I
Untitled
forgot
Google
all
Chrome.
about that,
Google.
guys. Shame on me.
Toolbar the register news.com.
Shame on me.
Privilege selected. Privilege unselected. DVI pilots YouTube. Land. Main landmark DVI pilots heading clickable flight with FS of MSFS 2020 type DVI pilots for using heading level 3. Button action menu. Clickable visit link DVI pilots. Button heading level 3 link flight with FS of MSFS 20.
How many
Main
viewers
landmark.
we
Heading.
got?
Main landmark.
I don't have on the chat.
Clickable
I
dial.
forgot
Visit
all
clickable
about
button. Clickable alert.
that,
Clickable plan.
guys. Shame
Clickable main
on
land button graphic chance. Like Southern K play. Play button shift plus end button mute. Clickable button model plays off top button left screen. F frame clickable heading level 2. Heading level 2 clickable button collapse live chat mode select. Heading level 2 clickable button more options. Heading level 2 clickable button collapse. Heading level live channel messages are visible. Heading level 2 clickable button collapse live chat mode selection. Heading level 2. Out of frame complementary landmark clickable button left screen. F button model plays off toggle clickable button available live button mute. M button shift plus end button K play keep seek slider slider 1 out button graphic channel watermark clickable. Banner landmark clickable menu button sub menu account menu. Main land button seek button shift plus end next button mute clickable button available live button model plays off toggle button not press C subtitle slash button left screen. F frame clickable heading level 2. Heading level 2 clickable button collapse live chat mode. Heading level 2 clickable button more options. Heading level 2 clickable button close. Clickable welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Clickable link learn more. Chat section multi line out of section clickable welcome. Heading level 2 clickable button. Heading level 2 clickable button more options. Heading level 2 clickable button close. But 3501 clickable visit link activity list. Clickable heading level 1 flight with FS of MSFS 2020. Clickable button show chat. Frame about cold land. Out of frame complement button model plays off toggle clickable button available live button mute. M button shift plus end next button K play keep seek slider slider 1 hours for button graphic channel watermark clickable. Banner landmark. Clickable menu button. Submenu account menu. Clickable. Clickable main button. Seeks button. Button. Clickable button. Auto plays off top button. Left screen. Frame of colon blank. Out of frame. Clickable button. Show chat. Clickable heading level 1 flight with FS of msfs2020. Clickable visited link affiliates. Clickable visited link DVI pilots 141 subscribers. Clickable link analytics. Clickable link edit video. Clickable toggle button not pressed. Clickable toggle button not pressed. Clickable button share. Clickable button clip. Button more actions. Clickable to watching now. Started streaming 93 minutes ago.
Okay, so I got me watching and
Blank. Clickable flight with FS of msfs2020. Email us if you would like to ever join us button. More. Clickable heading level 2 live chat.
let me put on. I'm gonna put on live chat.
Join
Hold
the
on.
conversation. Clickable tab selected all. Tab from BB tab related. Tab for you. Clickable link heading level 3 student pilots link. Clickable pilot debrief. Link graphic. Clickable there. Link 400k news bullet 1 day
So
ago.
let me get rid of this.
3501. Flight with FS of msfs2020. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Folder view list. Shades of Doom. Sim Market 17. Sim brief downloader 23 of 35.
All right, I'm bringing up the live
Sim
chat.
brief
Hold
downloader.
on, you guys.
Sim brief downloader. Sim brief downloader. Sim brief downloader.
Yeah, wrong thing.
Folder view list. Sim recycle bin 1 of restream chat 7 of first.
Here we go. Restream chat. It's coming up. Coming up.
Restream chat 01 column 1. Restream
Coming
chat.
up. Coming up.
Title message. Edit
Coming
blank.
up.
Clickable menu. Disable button. Enable button. Disable. Graphic status. Clickable menu button. No clickable type of message. Edit.
Okay. Live chat is up. If you are watching, I know there's one other viewer. Announce yourself. Who are you? Is it Josh? Brian? Is it my mistress? No. Oh, just kidding. I need to go play with my phone. It's about dead, so we're going to trade up things here a little bit. Turn down the mixer. Got you guys on the headset. Mixer off. Alright, headset's on. Where are you at, Zeusy Zeus? Zeus! Zeusy! Come here, Zeus!
Traffic. Traffic.
Oh, we got traffic. Okay. Stand by, guys.
Descend. Descend.
Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 300 Airbus A20N.
Increase
Report them
descent.
in sight. Delta 545 heavy traffic is 10 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 300 Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
Freedom Global 9er, Delta Whiskey traffic in sight.
Delta 545 heavy, have the Boeing 737 in sight. Salt Lake Center, Scanwing 4901 is passing flight level 360, climbing flight level 360. Scanwing 4901, Salt Lake Center radar contact, continue to resume. Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey contact Salt Lake Center on 127.925. Good day.
Going to 127.9er, 25 Freedom Global, 9er Delta Whiskey.
Com 1.
Salt Lake
127.92.
Center, Freedom Global 9er, Delta Whiskey flight level 300.
Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey Salt Lake Center radar contact, continue.
Alright, folks, we'll return when we get closer to landing, alright?
Restream chat.